Hey guys, how's it going? Today, I'm going to review the 2021 Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium front wheel drive. So I'm going to show you the exterior as well as interior. Alright, so let's talk about dimensions real quick. So the overall height of the new RAV4 is about 67.2 inches long. The width-wise is about 73 inches, and then the overall length of the vehicle is about 180.9 inches per Toyota. So I guess in comparison, it's about 4 inches longer than a Jeep Patriot, the model that was recently discontinued by Jeep. So this exterior color that you see right here is called Lunar Rock. So it has like this really beautiful moonish, bluish color. During the evening hours, it looks really gorgeous. This is an all-new exterior redesign from the previous model years for the RAV4. So it looks really nice and really functional. Alright, and before we get in, let me show you the key fob real quick. This is the Toyota RAV4 key fob. So right here you have the lock button, unlock button. This is the trunk release button. You press it, hold it, and then the trunk will automatically open and it will automatically close. I'll show you that in a moment. And then this is the panic button in case you need to find your car in a parking garage. So two ways, you can just do that, or you can just go up to the door handle and it'll automatically open. Now before we climb in, just show you a nice little trick. The driver's seat is power operated. It's an 8-way power operated, so you can move this forward, you can move this back, you can move the backrest a little bit, and then this is the lumbar support, so this right here will move a little bit. So like I said, it's very useful, 8-way operated. It's only available for the driver's side and not the passenger side. So that's just for the XLE Premium. So let's get in. Alright, let me show you around. So we'll start with the driver's side. Right here you have your power operated windows. You have right here the door locks, unlock and lock. And then you have the mirror controls right here, so you can adjust the mirrors here and adjust the one over there. Right by the driver's left knee, you have here a light adjustment, so you can adjust the lighting on the dashboard, so you can go all the way up for high and then all the way down for low. This right here is the automatic high beams. So whenever you're driving in a dark location, like a really dark location, there's like no street lights or whatever, the car will automatically use its high beams to give you better visibility. This right here is the windshield de-icing button. Very useful if you live up north where it's, you know, it's blizzard, there's snow and there's ice. This will just heat up the windshield and it'll melt the ice. Very useful feature if you live up north. Here, this is the heated steering wheel button. So you press this and there are two heating coils, one right here at the 9 o'clock and one right here at the 3 o'clock position. So it'll warm up your hands while you're driving. And this right here is the trunk release button, another method to open up the trunk. Now, in order to open it up automatically, the doors have to be unlocked all the way. You press and hold it, and the trunk will automatically open. This is very useful, like I said, in case you need to go to the grocery store, you're doing curbside, and you don't want to leave your vehicle. You can just press this button at your convenience, and same way, just press and hold, and it will automatically close. All right, let's talk about the cup holder situation here in the front area. So you have a total of 4. So you have one right here by the driver's footwell, the other one right there by the passenger's footwell, and then you have 2 right here in the center console area. And next, let's talk about storage area. You have 4 different storage areas, believe it or not. We'll start with the 2 obvious ones. One is right here in the center console. You open it up, you have a nice little room right here, and you have 2 charging ports right here, 2.1 amps in case you need to plug in a phone or an MP3 player. Then you have the glove box right here, pretty good room. Then the other 2 interesting areas, one is right here. You have like the spacing right above the glove compartment. And then the other one is by the driver's footwell right here. So you could possibly put a wallet right here or something very small. Interesting use of space in this vehicle. All right, and to simply start the car, Make sure you have the key fob with you in the vehicle. Press your brake pedal with your foot. Press the engine start stop button to get everything going. Alright, let's take a look at our sun visors right here. You have one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. You have your own little lighting right here, personal lighting. And then what I also like is this nice little extension, just in case the sun is coming at you at a weird angle. And it's the same thing for the passenger side. You get your own little mirror, personal lighting, and a nice little extension as well. Now, one of my favorite features on the new RAV4 is the sunroof. So here, this is a cover. You simply pull it back, and there are two buttons to actually open this, believe it or not. So right here, you have this one that'll fully open it. So you just press and hold the button, and the sunroof will open. We're in sunny South Florida, blue skies. Now to close it, just simply press the close button, hold it. Automatically close. Now if you just want to open it up a little bit, there's this other button right here. You open it and then the back end will open up just a bit in case you want a little bit of air. Simply close it down again, and you can close the shade. Very useful feature if you live in sunny South Florida, not so much if you live in Canada in the winter. So let's show you the rest of the area right here. You have your own little reading lights right here. You can also turn on both at the same time if you desire. This is the door light. In case you open the door will automatically light up, or if you don't want the lights, you can simply turn it off. You got your own little sunglass holders right here. And then right here is the SOS button. So God forbid if you're in an emergency, you have no phone signal, can't get help in any way, press the SOS and help will be on the way. Alright, let's talk about our center area right here. You got your 8-inch infotainment screen right here, which we'll go through in a moment. You have your hazard lights, climate vents. Here you have your climate controls. So you have the front and rear windshield defogger switch. You have your eco heat cooling switch. This here controls your fan speed. So if you want to increase the fan speed or if you want to decrease it. Then you have the air distribution, and then you have the air cycling. And then this one right here, this controls like the air distribution to the back seats. Right now we have it on, but if you press this, you see that little X right there? It means that no air will go to the back. So if you don't have anyone sitting in the back, then you don't need it on, but we'll keep it on. Then right here, you have your traction control. You have your heated seats, one for the driver, one for the passenger. And then this is one of my favorite features of this RAV4. This is to disable the start-stop system. So you know how in every new car that we have nowadays, every time you come to a complete stop, the car shuts off? Well, if you don't want the car to shut off, all you do is press this button, and on the gauge cluster, you'll see that A and then off. So anytime you come to a stop, the car will not stop. Personally, I like that my car remains on at all times. I understand why it's there, but I like to have my car at all times. Then here, you have your gear lever. Now, the interesting thing about the gear lever, you have a park button right here. However, I'm going to show you something. The parking brake is incorporated into the brake as well. So let me show you what I mean. So let's say we put the car into park, into drive mode. Now when we put it to park, there, the parking brake automatically engages. So you don't have to do a two-step process in which you put the car into park and then the parking brake. It automatically does it for you. Then here, you have your eco, normal, and sport modes. So right now, you see in the gauge cluster right now, we have it in eco mode. So if we press normal, that's how it's going to look. And then in sport mode, you'll see that the gauge kind of illuminates in red to show you that it's in sport mode. So we'll put it back in eco mode. Now, you may have noticed that here there's like an empty spot. If you get the 4-wheel drive model, here would be the multi-terrain selection system. So right here, you would normally be able to select snow, mud, rock, ice mode. But since this is a 2-wheel drive, this model does not have that. And also, I don't know if you can see, but we have a 12-volt outlet right here. So very useful if you need to connect a dash cam or an electrical device. And then right here, you have a USB connection device. So if you wanted to connect your phone in order to connect, you know, Alexa or Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, this is where you would connect the phone cable, and this is where you would hook up your phone. Now the infotainment system is very basic and very simple. Right now, we're on the home page. So you have right now what's playing on the radio. This is where your phone would be if you register your phone. And then here right now it's displaying like my miles per gallon average. So let's just kind of go real quick through it. Menu, very simple. You have audio, phone, apps, projection, info, setup if you want to configure a little bit on how your information's displayed. Here for audio, for your source, this car comes with Sirius XM. You have FM, AM, Bluetooth, and then USB in case you have a MP3 player or an iPod that you're hooking up to. For your presets, right now I have it on Sirius XM on various stations, so you can just save, you know, if you have a particular favorite station that you like. Your replay button, station list, so you got all kinds of genres right here. Options. Then you have the sound, so you can change how the sound is distributed throughout the vehicle. For map, this vehicle does not have the navigation app installed because, like I said, this comes with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, so you can simply just incorporate the navigation from your phone onto the screen. So really, this is just a very basic infotainment. You have your volume button or the power button, then the tune, the scroll, and then this is mostly used if you have like the MP3 player or your phone. So very basic, it doesn't overwhelm you, very easy to use infotainment system in the screen. Alright, and the RAV4 does come standard with a backup camera. So let me show you what that looks like. So when you put the car in the reverse, you get the camera right there. So it has a pretty decent view, has the pre-collision detection with pedestrian warning system. So let's say you're backing up and there's a car that's coming or someone that's walking behind, the car will sense it and then it'll beep very loudly to let you know that, hey, there's someone in your blind side area. Now I showed you earlier in this panel area, there's this blank spot right here where there would be a switch. According to the maintenance manual for the Toyota, this switch here, which is available in the higher trim levels, this would be where the camera switch button would be. So instead of just having this view, you would have a 360-degree view of the whole vehicle, and you can press the camera switch button to get like a exact camera angle or view that you want, depending on wherever you're parked. So if you're parked at a parking garage or, you know, in a tight space, you could simply use the camera switch button to look around. But this RAV4 does not come with that feature. That's only available for the higher trim levels. All right, let's show you the steering wheel right now. Right here, you have the volume controls right here for the audio, so you can put up the audio and lower it. This right here is the Bluetooth connection right here. This is where you can make your phone call. This button right here controls the gauge cluster right there. So let me show you. If I press right there, it'll take you through the various modes, your distance, then this is your lane track assist. And you have all these options right here, radar cruise control. So you can modify any settings to your liking. Right there. That right there is your total miles per gallon. So it's a matter of playing around with it. Right here, this controls the radio as well. So I can change between my settings right here, changing your modes. This right here is the radar cruise control button, which I'll demonstrate now and how it works. All right, now to demonstrate how the radar cruise control works. So right now we're going highway speed right now. So to activate the radar cruise control, you press the radar cruise control button, then you press set, and right now the car is in radar cruise control. So the 3 bars that you see in the center, that's the radar cruise control measuring the distance of the car in front of you. So let's say, for example, you're going 66 miles an hour and the vehicle in front of you is going 62. The RAV4 will slow down automatically in order to match the speed of the vehicle in front of you. Now, like I said before, your hands have to be on the steering wheel at all times. So watch what happens if I take my hands off the steering wheel. It took a while for it to kick in, but you see right there, the vehicle senses that you're not holding the steering wheel, and if you don't touch the steering wheel, the radar cruise control will automatically deactivate. Now to turn off the radar cruise control, you can simply step on the brakes, or you just simply press the radar cruise control button and then press cancel. And that's how the radar cruise control works. Alright, and here, this is the lane trace assist button. So this is what's going to help you stay in your lane, so to speak. So anytime you drift over a lane and you do not have the turn signal engaged, the car will beep and then it will momentarily nudge you back into the lane. So the only way you can really disable lane trace assist is if you have the option off or if you have the turn signal on to shift to your lane. Then this right here, this is part of the radar cruise control, so it's measuring the distance of the car in front of you. So while the radar cruise control is engaged, which you've seen, it measures the distance of the vehicle in front of you and it'll adjust the speed, so to speak. So if the car is going a little bit slower than you, then the RAV4 will slow down the speed as well. But let me show you how the lane trace assist works in action. Alright, let's show you how the lane trace assist function works. So right now, I'm driving in a left-hand lane, and right now, let's say for example, I drift over to the right lane. You see right there? The right lane lights up, you hear a little bell, and then the car will actually just for temporarily nudge you right back into the lane. It's not a full steering assist, but it nudges you back into the lane. So let me show you that again. Let's say I'm on the left lane and I accidentally drift to the right. There you go. The card lets you know that, hey, you're out of your lane, and to get back in, then it's just a small little nudge. So that's how the lane trace assist works in the RAV4. Alright, and let's have a look at the engine. So to open up the engine, you have a lever right here. And then this is also for the fuel cap. So let's look at that real quick. Fuel economy is 28 city, 35 highway, 30 combined. And right here you have a 2.4 liter, 203 horsepower with 184 pound-feet of torque. So it's a very quiet, very reliable engine. This is an inline 4-cylinder. So most new vehicles right now are opting for 4 cylinders, but make no mistake about it, this engine is very sturdy and very good and very powerful. And let's show you now the window sticker for this car. Alright, and here's the window sticker for this vehicle. So for those of you who are wondering how much this vehicle costs, the starting MSRP is around $30,150, and then with all the options included, comes out to a total of $32,400. So comes standard, you have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, which I just showed you, 203 horsepower at 6,600 RPM, 8-speed automatic transmission, so as a highway cruiser, absolutely amazing. You have your pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, so whenever you back up, if there's someone in your blind side or whatever, the car will beep. You have your lane trace assist, radar cruise control, the LED headlights, running lights, the sunroof, which I just showed you. You have the automatic power lifting gate. So yeah, this vehicle comes standard with a lot of good items. It's a very good package. Like I showed you, 28 city, 35 highway, 30 combined, which is really good for an SUV. All right, let's go access the rear passenger seat area. Now before I climb in, I want to show you how I folded down the seats. You have this latch right here. You just simply pull down and voila. And to just put it back, just latch it back into place. Alright, I'm 6'1", and I have plenty of knee space right here. Have about 2 to 3 inches. And I have plenty of headroom right here. So you can easily fit an adult back here in the back seat. Back seats are very comfortable. So let's talk about what we have back here. Right here, you have 2 climate control vents right here. And you have 2 charging ports back here, very useful, so you can charge your electrical devices. Then you have your center armrest right here, and you have 2 cup holders. You also have 2 more additional cup holders here in the back. You have one right here, right by the right hand side passenger seat, and then right here in the left side passenger seat. Interesting thing here about the back seat is that here you have a little pocket where you can store like a folder or documents or whatever in the passenger side, but in the driver's side, there is none. So it's kind of an interesting decision why they couldn't just put a pocket right here in the driver's side as well. Right here, you have your reading lights. So overall, this is not a luxurious backseat area, but it's comfortable and it's very useful and functional when you want to go on long trips. So that's all there really is to the rear seats. Alright, let's get access to the cargo area. There are 3 ways to open up the cargo area. The first one will be right here in the key fob. You press and hold the button and the power gate will automatically lift up. The second option, it's going to be right below the badging right here. There's this little button right there. You press and hold and the power gate will automatically open as well. And then the third option is going to be in the driver's left knee area. It'll be this button right here. You press and hold and the power gate will automatically open. This option here is very useful in case you're doing curbside takeout at a restaurant or a grocery store and you never have to leave the vehicle. You can push and hold as well and it'll automatically close. But let's do the option that most people mostly do, and that's with the key fob. So like I said, press and hold and it'll automatically open. So back here you have a 37.5 cubic feet of cargo volume for cargo space. So right here you have this protection privacy cover. So all you got to do is just extend it out, make sure it latches, and you can have any items protected. What I also like about this cover right here is that you can actually take it off in case you need to load stuff that has a high height or anything that's wide. And here's another feature that I like. Right here you have this sliding cargo deck. So right now it's in its normal configuration, but you can lift it and then flip it over. And right there. So in case you have anything that's sharp or something that you don't want rubbing against the cloth part of the sliding deck, you can easily put that right there. Here you have a 12-volt outlet right here. Very useful in case you need to plug it into a dash cam or any other electrical equipment. You have a little cargo light here. It's not very bright, but it's something. And then you have like a nice little area right here where you can store miscellaneous items. Then you have some hooks right here that you can use. Really, it's just a functional trunk space, nothing too crazy going back here. But let me show you what it looks like with the rear seats folded down. And that's what it looks like, folded down. So with the rear seats folded down, you now have 69 cubic feet of cargo volume. And obviously you can take this off so you can get a better idea of what it looks like folded down. And that's how much feet you got. Alright, and one last note about the cargo area. Right here you have your spare tire. You have some tools right here that you can use. And at the dealership in AutoNation Toyota Weston, they actually gave you these wheel locks that came standard with the vehicle. So you have every items and tools you need in case you got to change a flat out in the middle of nowhere. So that's basically much it for the cargo area. Alright, now to close the cargo compartment, there's actually 4 ways to do it. The previous 2, like I said, one is the key fob, the other one's in the driver's footwell. And then up here, you have a button that you can press and it'll automatically come down. But if let's say you're not a tall person, you can just simply grab onto this, pull it down slightly, and it'll automatically close. But we'll do the feature that most people do. That'll be this. Press it, and the cargo will automatically close. Very useful. Never have to use any force whatsoever to close the trunk. Well, there you have it, guys. That's the review of the 2021 Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium front-wheel drive car. Hope you enjoyed this review, and take care, and so long.